Yes, and start whenever you're ready.
Hey guys, welcome to Imperialism course. Today we will be talking about imperialism in Africa in the early 1800s.
Africa was a continent full of natural resources and many countries in Europe wanted a piece of it.
In fact, the only countries that weren't colonized
Just go.
I'm sorry. I'm trying. Okay. Were Ethiopia and Liberia. All the other countries were controlled by Europe. The open letter. Dear countries in Africa, we weren't imperialized and you guys need to rise up against the foreigners to drive them out of your land. From Ethiopia and Liberia.
At first, Europeans were reluctant to venture farther into Africa because they were afraid of diseases such as malaria.
Also, the Suez Canal was opened by the Egyptians, later taken over by the British. Another major cause was the Berlin Conference, which was a meeting between many imperial countries to split up Africa.
These three causes set up the scramble for Africa. The scramble for Africa was the rapid takeover of Africa.
During the construction of the Suez Canal, Egypt sought help from England and France. When the canal was opened, they believed they owned part of it. England moved its troops there for 70 years.
This was to protect its investment. Sub-Saharan Africa was mostly left alone, though. This was because of the fear of malaria.
This fear was subsided when Europeans discovered the drug quinine could prevent the cure of malaria.
Because of this discovery, Europeans poured into Central Africa and claimed land for themselves, like Henry Morton, Stanley, Belgium, Pierre de Brazza, and Cecil Rhodes.
Because Europe was rapidly invading Africa, many European countries got together and discussed how they would go about invading Africa. This was called the Berlin Meeting. In the Berlin meeting, they came to the conclusion that should be 4 steps taken to gain control of a country. These steps were called the principles of efficiency.
Secure treaties with local rulers, fly the flag there, establish a colonial government, and use land for economic purposes.
Otherwise, it was up for grabs.
There were many downsides to imperialism in Africa.
Africans lost land, they were exposed to new diseases. The Europeans destroyed their traditional culture, and tribes were divided by the colonial lines.
There were arguably also some upsides. There was relative peace between warring tribes, and parts of Africa were modernized.
Overall, Africans generally did not benefit from the effects of imperialism, but Europeans definitely did.